Loch Ness, a deep and mysterious lake in the Scottish Highlands, has been the center of legend for over 1,000 years. The Loch Ness Monster, known affectionately as Nessie, has captivated the imaginations of people all over the world. But the question is Nessie real or just a myth? Loch Ness itself is no ordinary body of water. Located about 23 miles southwest of Inverness, it is the largest freshwater lake by volume in the United Kingdom, stretching 23 miles in length and plunging to depths of 788 feet. The loch is part of the Great Glen, a natural fault line that slices through the Highlands, creating a deep, narrow valley filled with cold, dark water. The water is so dark due to the peat particles washed in from the surrounding hills that visibility is often just a few inches, adding to the sense of mystery that envelops the loch. It's easy to see why such an environment would foster tales of hidden creatures lurking beneath the surface, unseen and largely undetectable. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster can be traced back to the 6th century, when Saint Columba, an Irish monk, reportedly encountered a water beast in the River Ness, which flows from Loch Ness. According to the story, the creature attacked a swimmer, and Columba, upon hearing of the attack, sent one of his companions into the water as bait. As the beast approached, Columba made the sign of the cross and commanded it to retreat. Miraculously, the creature obeyed, disappearing into the depths of the river. This early account marks the first recorded sighting of what would later become known as the Loch Ness Monster. For centuries, stories of strange creatures in the loch were passed down through generations in the Scottish Highlands. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the legend of Nessie truly captured the world's attention. In 1933, a couple driving along the newly constructed road that ran along the shore of Loch Ness reported seeing a large creature with a long neck crossing the road before slipping into the water. Their account was published in the Inverness Courier, sparking a flurry of interest and leading to a surge of similar reports from other witnesses. The following year, in 1934, the legend of Nessie was cemented in popular culture by what became known as the surgeon's photograph. Taken by London physician Robert Kenneth Wilson, the photograph appeared to show a long-necked creature rising from the water. For decades, it was considered the most compelling evidence of Nessie's existence, attracting tourists and researchers from around the world. However, in 1994, the photograph was revealed to be a hoax, a small model attached to a toy submarine. Despite this revelation, the image remained iconic, and the legend of the Loch Ness Monster only grew stronger. But the story of Nessie is not just about hoaxes and folklore. There have been numerous attempts to scientifically investigate the loch and uncover the truth behind the sightings. In 1960, aeronautical engineer Tim Dinsdale filmed what he believed was the hump of a large creature moving across the water. Although some dismissed the footage as showing a boat, later analysis suggested that there might have been something more to it. This footage reignited interest in Nessie and led to further investigations throughout the 1960s and 70s. One of the most significant searches took place in 1987 with Operation Deep Scan, led by naturalist Adrian Shine. This large-scale expedition involved a fleet of boats equipped with sonar technology sweeping the entire loch in search of the monster. While the operation detected several large, unexplained objects in the water, none could be conclusively identified as Nessie. A similar effort by the BBC in 2003, using 600 sonar beams and satellite tracking, also failed to find any evidence of a large creature in the loch. Despite these setbacks, sightings of Nessie have continued to be reported, with each new sighting adding to the legend. In 2011, a boat captain on Loch Ness captured a sonar image of a large, unexplained object following his vessel for several minutes. Although some believed this to be evidence of the monster, it was later suggested that the image could have been caused by a bloom of algae. In 2019, researchers from New Zealand's University of Otago conducted a comprehensive DNA analysis of Loch Ness, sampling water from various depths and locations around the loch. While the study found no traces of DNA from large marine animals such as plesiosaurs, it did reveal a significant amount of eel DNA. This led to the theory that Nessie might be a giant eel, a possibility that aligns with some early eyewitness accounts describing the creature as having an eel-like body. However, the giant eel theory, like many others, is not without its critics. While large eels do inhabit the loch, they are unlikely to reach the sizes described in many of the monster sightings. Some researchers believe that the sightings of Nessie could be attributed to misidentifications of ordinary objects, such as logs, waves, or even large fish. The loch's unique environment, with its dark waters and frequent seiches, oscillations caused by temperature differences, could easily create optical illusions that make these objects appear more mysterious than they are. Another popular theory is that Nessie could be a surviving plesiosaur, a type of marine reptile from the time of the dinosaurs. This idea gained traction in the 1930s when several witnesses described the creature as having a long neck and flippers, similar to a plesiosaur. However, this theory faces significant challenges, as plesiosaurs were believed to be saltwater animals, and Loch Ness is a freshwater lake. Additionally, the idea that a small population of these creatures could have survived undetected for millions of years seems highly improbable, especially given the lack of any fossil evidence to support it. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the search for the Loch Ness Monster continues to this day. In August 2023, one of the largest searches in decades was organized by the Loch Ness Center, attracting hundreds of volunteers equipped with drones, infrared scanners, and other high-tech devices. Although the search did not yield definitive evidence, it demonstrated that the fascination with Nessie is as strong as ever. Even after nearly a century of investigations, the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster remains unsolved. The enduring legend of Nessie is a testament to our collective fascination with the unknown. Whether the Loch Ness Monster is a real creature, a product of misidentification, or simply a myth that has grown over time, it continues to captivate people around the world. As long as Loch Ness exists, so too will the mystery of what lies beneath its dark waters.